Hello, hello, hello. Assalamu alaikum. Jianu, Pakhara Gale, Ni Hao Ma, Chuna Shume, Washmale, Hayak, Gazaimus, and highs and hellos to all those amazing pretty faces who are actually glued to their television screens because of the fact that they wanted to watch World this morning alongside Shazad and Maha. Hello, Maha. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Shazad. I'm very well. How are you today?
Absolutely perfect.
You're looking very smart today.
Thank you very much, Maha. Just because the makeup artist actually gave me a bit of more time
Oh.
than usual, and I was before time.
Okay, well,
you know,
that's
I
probably
arrived
why.
before time as well. But then, it is very great, and you feel so much energy within your own self when you look great and when you feel great. And I think this is what needs to be done every day, right?
Absolutely. But that's just a very superficial way, right? So, getting makeup done, that's... Wait, not you. You're not
All right.
superficial.
All right.
No, but the outside, the makeup of it all. Because at the end of the day, what's happening inside our bodies? What are we doing? How is our mental health?
Yeah.
How is how are our organs in regards to our life?
Yeah.
Our
Whether
aging.
are you at peace with your inner self or not?
Exactly, and there are multiple ways to achieve it. So one way is to look good and feel good, but another way is to partake in things that are happening within the community, getting involved in activities.
Yeah.
And today we will be focusing on the importance of sports.
And that's how you look good as well. I mean, if you're an athlete or if you're a sportsman or a woman, and if you go play, do your thing, and I think you're going to look good and you'll be fit as well. But then at the same time, there are other athletes who actually go abroad, all right, to play, to probably project the soft image of Pakistan, of your own country, and globally, whichever country is probably participating in any of the sport, let it be cricket, which is famous over here in Pakistan. So whenever they go, they project the soft image, irrespective of the fact of how they are performing.
Exactly.
All right? Let's not talk about that.
No.
But then sports these days,
Yes.
Maha, is actually playing a very pivotal and a very influential role in progression probably, I'll use this word because of the fact that peace and development can be achieved with that. And
Exactly.
progression is because of the fact that we have been partaking now,
Yes.
and we've got athletes, we've got very famous stars as
And
well.
yes, so
and
we have a
Maha
list of
wants to
them.
say something as well.
I do, and I will. I know I was going to get my opportunity. Don't worry. But no, a few days ago, the UN did also observe the International Day of Sports for Development and Peace, and we're highlighting that because we have seen the positive ripple effects of what sports have done. It has brought countries together. It has got, it's created tolerance. It gives you life skills, and also sports, like you said, sportsmen or sportswomen are, people look up to them. They, people idealize them. So, what better way to promote peace and harmony and love than through sports?
Very nice. And then at the same time, it empowers you. You get rid of inequality as well, and then you transfer life skills to other people as well, because people go do camps and do other stuff, so they learn as well. And we do have guests with us.
Yes, we will stop
talking. But it's just that we are probably over-prepared.
Exactly, that's what happens when we over-prepare. So we have been very lucky. We've been joined by Vittorio Cammarota. He is the director of the United Nations Information Center, and besides that, he also worked with Luis Figo for 6 years as well on sport development.
Good morning, Maha. Good morning, Shazad.
Good morning.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum to all, and thanks a lot for having me again.
Thank you for being here.
And for giving space to the United Nations.
No, absolutely. Always have time for you guys. Besides Vittorio, we've been joined by Henretti Bjoerge. Sorry, I hope I got that correct. You are the communications for UN Women, and you are also run a ski school in Afghanistan, which is very fascinating.
Wow.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
And it's for girls as well.
Yes,
wow.
it is for women.
Empowerment all the way.
We're going to share that information as well. So besides Henrietta, we've been joined by Suleman Arshad. He is a university student, but he is also a climber, but he also is a person with disability as well. But he's going to tell us how we can use sports in order to get rid of this separation and segregation of everything.
All the
build
menaces.
tolerance.
And he was recently in Japan as well, so we'll talk about his experience.
So much to talk about today.
So, Vittorio, take it away. Highlight the importance of sports for peace and development.
Yes, I think you have made a fantastic introduction. I'm proud of you too.
Thank you. We had so much more as well.
And yes, you have said it. Sport is an amazing tool for promoting rights, equal rights and dignity for all human beings.
Exactly.
Why? It breaks through social barriers. No matter which economic conditions people have, in the background, they play sport. We all have grown up playing sport. So this is why it's an amazing channel for talking about development and peace. You mentioned I had this privilege of working in my previous job with the World Health Organization as a focal point for a very famous footballer, Luis Figo, who donated his time to the cause of tuberculosis in that case. What we did with him, we actually went around the world to do trainings of children and young adults on football, and while training them on football, we were also teaching them how to prevent tuberculosis and HIV. We have done this in several African countries, we have done this in Asia. So it was an amazing campaign that allowed us to make sure that these kids learned how to prevent tuberculosis and HIV. Their knowledge of these two diseases and how to prevent it increased dramatically.
Okay. And you saw that, the examples, you saw it actually happen at ground level.
Absolutely. And if we look at Pakistan, I have to say, this is, of course, football is not the most popular sport, but there is cricket, there are other sports that people are playing. I think, it's good that we have come all together. We have done, I think, a fantastic job with the Pakistan Olympic Committee, the Higher Education Commission, and have set a few events.
We'll talk about that, not that quickly. Not that quickly. We've got plenty of time, so we'll talk. Let's see, what's your dimension? How do you take it?
From the women's angle.
Yeah, from the gender equality side. It's like Vittorio mentioned briefly, that it's a fantastic tool to empower girls and women as well. And it creates confidence, physical strength, skills, and it promotes human rights.
Okay.
And
within this aspect, though, because you're working within Pakistan, there are more hurdles, there are more, social stigmas. So how have you managed to promote it despite, the hurdles you have to go over?
And even in Afghanistan as well.
We need to discuss this in a moment.
Briefly from my experience in Afghanistan, the way we did it was that we had to play by the rules. When I started this 4 years ago, we contacted the local mullahs and asking for permission and sort of taking it step by step instead of just, imposing something new on the locals.
And then how did it go?
It went well.
Right.
There were some small criticism in the beginning, but then as soon as they learned about it and became familiar with it and saw that it's just sports, then
we're going to share some photos from the ski school that you have in Afghanistan in a moment. But you said that you asked for permission, but then it must have been a slow acceptance. Now, how is it? How is everything there?
Now it's been running for 4 years now in the winter time.
Are people asking for franchises now?
Not quite yet, but let's see in the future. But it has actually, it's been, although it's a small project, it has had great effects for the whole community in terms of development, because it's created jobs and, both for men and women, and hotels that used to be closed in wintertime are now open because of this. So, not just because
so then I think what we need to do is that we probably need to see it from the eyes of a sportsman as well, because they project our image. Then let's see what type of an experience is that. So you went to Japan recently, Suleman, right?
So what did you do there? Tell us, the Young Leadership Camp.
How do you feel empowered? How do you think that, we need to do this? Why do you think it is very important?
First of all, thank you to inviting me here. But I was in Japan for a Young Leader Camp. It is totally about sports for development. I was the first Pakistani blind who went to Japan and learned the education for sports, the formal education for sports. It's basically, in Japan, there are 9 different countries, different cultures, different ethnicity, and they all learn how to play sports and how to work for sports for development. According to me, I'm a person with disability, I'm blind, but I play wheelchair basketball, I play blind soccer, and I play judo. In Pakistan, there is no concept yet.
All right.
But in Japan, they play from like 1970 or 1978, 1998.
All right.
Like, since they play those games, what I learned, what I implement in Pakistan, I want to start some sports in Pakistan like blind soccer. It is my mission and it is my vision to introduce blind soccer in Pakistan. in one word and in one line, it was a really, really nice experience. Amazing. It was
Okay,
really experience.
now this experience that you felt, that inclusion, the ability to be able to take part in all these sports, when you came back here, how do you expect, how are you going to attempt to tackle this now? How are you going to start the ground, awareness?
It's so difficult basically
Yes.
because in Pakistan, the first problem and the main problem is awareness. I want to start awareness through Facebook, social media, and I also use the tool or UN because they work really
They
hard.
made it enabling for you, right?
Exactly, and I contact those people who are really really want to work for sports. Like I want to mention our organization, which is Sports Development Foundation. They send me Japan basically, and I want to start some project like blind table tennis. I send proposal to International Table Tennis Foundation.
Wonderful.
And they will respond me next week, and I will start blind table tennis for females, basically for females.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So this is already very inclusive, and it's already, people are getting ideas and going forward. Now, the whole point is, sports for peace and development. But we're in Pakistan. The youth are a huge factor of our, demographic. Now, for example, having people like Suleman, on board, working alongside the UN, how important is it to have someone, from Pakistan who may have more difficulties than others to actually raise awareness?
And then at the same time have the same exposure which is needed to do all of this.
Yes. It's instrumental. I mean, you know how much we work here on empowering youth. This is a country where more than 50% of the population are under 25 years of age. And I mean, you also know very well, because we have done a lot of programs together, how many angles we tackle in order to empowering youth. I think it's great, the story of Suleman. It's absolutely fantastic. It shows how we can provide some platform to be taken forward by people like Suleman in all different sectors. And this is what I was mentioning earlier, our collaboration with the Higher Education Commission, with the Pakistan Olympic Committee. Why? Because I mean, we have to make sure that every school in Pakistan has sports facility, that every school, every student has access to sport and understand what we can do through sports, meaning, fair competition. It's good to have a competition, but we have to learn how to compete. Yes, very healthy competition. How to cope with winning and losing also.
Being negatively positive.
Right. How to make sure that they understand that girls have the same right to play of boys, exactly the same. And people living with disability have exactly the same right. I mean, what I think would like to see when Suleman starts his project is that there are young people not living with disability helping him.
Yes, absolutely.
That's, I think, will be the best achievement that we can
No, but
have.
then at the same time, okay.
We're all inclusive.
It is inclusive and it needs to be inclusive. It is not already in Pakistan. That's how I'll take a look at it. But then how do you think that we can probably make it very enabling for women as well? That's for you. How do you think that over here, since you've been in Afghanistan as well, you're running a ski school, it's for
You managed to
girls.
do that.
How do you think that we can do it over here so that, our women, they feel that, they're secure and they can go outside, they can play, they can enjoy their lives, basically.
Yeah.
This is what empowering them is. How do you think we can do it over here as well?
What I've found in the 6 months that I've been here and speaking to many sportswomen, one of their main challenges is to find safe public space and sporting grounds and, just the ability to go outside and play wherever you want, like I was used to from my society. That's the main challenge. So from UN Women, we have a program looking at creating safe cities. And this falls under that, because I think there should be more focus on this.
So what do we exactly mean by safe cities?
Okay.
We think that we live in safe cities already.
We're going to go for a safe city. We're going to discuss safe cities in a moment. But let's share some photos from the ski slope and some of the work that Henrietta has already done. So let's go take a look.
There's no ski lift, so we have to walk. And as you can see, we have...
That's how you walk, man. That's how you climb.
We have something called skins underneath our skis, so we can climb. Yeah, there you go.
Wonderful.
That's one.
Okay, so then at the same time, how difficult was it for all these girls to take permission from their parents and break all those barriers, because this is what sports is for your peace and development. How was it for them? Did you have to put in a lot of effort, or they did it themselves?
And in that safe environment, how do you create that?
Yeah, I went to a few of the homes, meeting the family and sort of creating some trust. And then sort of word of mouth, and then some fathers were actually proud to bring their daughters and let them join. So it started off with only 10 girls, and it's been growing year by year.
That's wonderful. Okay, so Suleman, now you had a wonderful experience in Japan. You saw how different people managed to put their differences aside and come under one roof and participate in sports peacefully. Within Pakistan, within the youth, we need to raise awareness and build tolerance, for our own people. Let alone if someone has, maybe a difference or are living with a disability. So how do you expect now to go forward? You want to raise awareness. That's one of the key factors.
It is really good question, and
Thank
I
you.
want to share. I want to share a story with you.
High five.
In this year, in September, there is a Paralympics in Rio, Brazil. But believe me, I would challenge you. No, more than I guess 10 or 15% just know there is a Paralympics. Other disabled people don't know where is Paralympics held. So this is a very big and worse situation in Pakistan.
Right.
Because in Pakistan, we just play cricket. And we all
Well, it's not
worship.
literally like that.
Well, I was doing some
You've got
research.
football coaches
It's
from
an
abroad. People are
it's
doing
my
that now.
opinion. It's
Yeah.
my
Yeah,
opinion.
of
like,
course you're
Don't
yeah.
say that as a sportsman.
No, we just not promote other sports. Like Olympics is a very big event.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like and when it's come to Paralympics,
That's just-
there's very less opportunity for person with disabilities.
Yeah.
All right.
And there is another event in Spain in September in France, wall climbing event. Nobody can know.
Okay.
All right.
But
Are you going to do something
you want
about
to
that
do-
as well?
Yeah, I want to try, but there is lack of funds and
The normal
problems.
routine drill. All right. All right. But Vittorio, how do you think that this initiative of UN as well, and there was this UN Day as well. It is specific that it'll empower and do all of that. But then, how do you think that it is going to have a global impact on all of those countries which are actually participating, and it is for the sake of peace and development, right?
Before we talk about that, I would like to get your promise that you will have a show on the Paralympics.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we
why
can,
And
we
we've
can
done it
talk
as
to the
well.
Olympic Committee and make sure that
Absolutely.
because you do a great job. I
you.
always tell you how important is the job that you do as a media, because you have access to a lot of audiences.
Yes,
If you
exactly.
give us
So-
the access to the
Yeah.
committee, Olympic committee,
Because
we'll
we
be
even
happy
wanted to cycle, man. We even wanted to cycle. I
good.
just got
You see?
that.
Excellent, we'll do that.
Fantastic. So now let's go back to what you were saying. I told you before that we have built a collaboration with the Pakistan Olympic Committee and the
HEC.
Higher Education Commission. And what we did is stage events throughout Pakistan. For example, a handball match in Faisalabad between mixed team of Indian and Pakistani women. I think this
Handball?
is yes, handball.
Yeah.
Right,
Oh,
right.
excellent.
So this is how we can promote peace, because they will learn that they can play together.
Yeah.
Watch out! I mean, it's not one against each other; it's mixed teams. So this, I think, it's really what can help.
Yes.
And then also, if we look at the two tennis players, I have to look at the names to make sure that I pronounce them well. Aisam Ulak Qureshi
Yeah.
and Rohan Bopanna, they played together
Yeah, they've been playing
to
together.
promote relationships between Pakistan and India. So this is how the sport can help.
But then within the sport, sorry to barge in, how do you think that we can probably include the newer generation as well? Because, speaking about Assam and Rohan, that's a great thing that they play together. But then the youngsters need to take that opportunity as well. And
Yes,
do you
this is
think
where
that it is available?
Absolutely. This is
Alright.
where the schools
Okay.
come in. And this is why I was saying earlier, we need to aim at having sports facility in every single school, not only in the big urban areas, but also in the rural areas, where then Henriette can go
Yeah.
and make sure that the girls have the same access, and where Suleman can go and make sure that people living with disability are being included in the sports activity.
Right.
This is how we can build you know.
Exactly. And this is how you transfer life skills as well. And this is what the motive is. But thank you very much, guys.
Thank you so
for coming
much.
over. Thank you very much for joining us. And the motive is, surprisingly, it is, for me, it has given me a rush because of the fact that, when Salman said that, there's nothing for all those people who cannot see or, probably are blindfolded. Half of the time I feel sorry that, Paralympics is a big platform. How can they actually miss out on that? I mean, if there are people, all those people, in fact, who are actually responsible for their decisions, I think you need to go spread the word out.
Okay.
This is what you need to do.
Absolutely. But thank you so much for your time. And we will do a show on the Paralympics as well. So you have to keep your
That's
end
a
of
promise.
the bargain as well. Okay, thank you very much. And now, guys, we're going to go for a short break. And when you come back, we're going to continue talking to some people from Pakistan who have been working on using sport to promote development and peace. Stay tuned.
Very nice. Good morning. All right, Khubsurat, pretty ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming back and sticking to your television screens. Once again, for all those people who just tuned in, hi, hugs and hellos. You guys are watching Well This Morning alongside Shahzad and Maha. And today we are speaking about sports for peace and development. And there's quite a lot to be discussed about that. So earlier we had people from, we had representatives of UN. And then there was a woman who's actually working in Afghanistan. She made up a ski resort. No,
Yes.
it wasn't really
It was a ski
resort.
school for
Yeah,
girls.
it's a ski school for girls. And that means that we are breaking barriers, we are making our women empowered, and we are getting rid of inequality.
Well, are we? Because within Pakistan, there is a lot of stuff going on, and the ski school is in Afghanistan, but there is a lot of work, like Shahzad said, within Pakistan. And now we've been joined by some more guests who have actually been you've been very big advocates of sports and adventure within Pakistan. So we've been joined now by Iqra Jilani. She is a rock climber and she is a basketballer, and she's won multiple national and provincial tournaments and championships. Assalamu alaikum, thank you for joining us. You're going to have to speak louder.
Oh, okay.
Okay, great, because I literally heard nothing
Don't
there.
you shout when you play, oh, pass me the ball, let me do it.
Yeah, I want that, competitive spirit out. Jilani. Anyway,
It's all right. Yeah.
it's always fine. Besides Iqra, we've been joined by Tahir Imran Khan. He is the founder president of the Adventure Club. Assalamu alaikum, welcome back. And also, we have still been joined by Suleman Arshad. Thank you for staying with us.
Yeah, no problem.
All right,
Great.
so Iqra, how are you, first of all?
I'm good.
How do you feel to be here?
I feel really excited to
And
be
we
here.
feel very excited because of the fact that you're representing an entire population of women of Pakistan over here. And thank you for doing that,
Yes.
because you're breaking barriers.
Absolutely.
Wow.
So tell us, how did you get into rock climbing and basketball to national, provincial
And then
level?
how did your family support you with that?
I have been watching my family playing various sports since my childhood, and they are the main source of my encouragement. I got a chance to play rock climbing as a little kid. I was very young when I started doing it. It was just for pastime, and I never knew I would do this good at it.
Okay. And then when you realized that this is more than just a pastime, how did you get involved?
I started participating in the competitions, and I won various prizes.
And who guided you during your, did you have any guidance, or was it your parents, or did you meet other kids who liked doing sports?
Yes, I met a few other senior climbers who were an inspiration for me, and obviously my parents and my teachers who supported me a lot.
Very nice, great. We'll
Excellent.
come back to you,
Okay.
but let us just move on to Tahir Saab over here. Now, Tahir Saab, what is your take on sports for peace and development, and what role are you playing right now?
Fortunately, our slogan for our club, that is Adventure for Peace,
Yeah.
is put on our shirts also. I have given some pictures.
You've
We
given
will
us
share-
you've given us some shirts as well?
Yeah, I will.
Now we'll get some shirts.
All
Sorry,
right,
continue,
go on.
yes.
Yeah. So we started working on various adventure sports. So at that time, rock climbing was one of my prime attraction, one of my prime priorities for
All right.
to start with. We started with rock climbing. It was not new in Pakistan, but it was very rarely played game.
All right.
So we started long ago. Then we started organizing competitions, especially for women. So in 2007, we organized a competition on International Women's Day, and just this year, we completed 10 years on the same day to organize a competition. And now we have a lot of girls playing, and they have represented Pakistan in nationals and even on international
Forums.
Now, okay, I wanted to ask you because, as we highlighted that, we have, over the last few years, you've come with multiple people, different people doing sports, especially with rock climbing and etc. How have you seen the increase in participation and interest over the last few years since we've known you as a show as well? Because there has been a growth within the interest.
Yeah, there is a good growth. Though conditions are not good in Pakistan,
Okay.
if it's not negative thing.
No, it's not negative
yeah.
because
Yeah.
we have to tell that so that we can probably overcome that.
Exactly.
So every year we are getting more participants in the competitions, and we have 3 competitions yearly, one on International Women's Day, one on Mountain Day, and one on Tourism Day.
So are these national competitions or international competitions?
These are national competitions.
And then how
All
do you think?
Pakistan
And then how do you think that we are probably going to get more people from abroad as well to participate within that adventure club?
We are working on this, and we initially our plan is to invite at least from SAARC countries or from neighboring countries. But this is basically the role of federation, so they can invite them. But we are also working on this.
And you're open for
Wonderful.
ideas.
Exactly. So, see, that's the thing. People are doing things, but then they start realizing what other organizations should be doing, and then there can be collaborations.
And then at the same time, Maha, before you ask another question,
go
the
ahead.
only thing I wanted to say over here is that there are a lot of hurdles every day in your daily life. There are a lot of hurdles. It's just
Yes.
that how you take it.
It's true.
Yeah, I mean, if you think that it's a hurdle, it'll be a hurdle. If you think that it's going to take a bit of hard work and I can overcome that, go do that hard work.
And you know what? I think sports, and actually not even if you're on a competition level, just on a hobby level, it can actually help your mental mind and make you more stronger, right?
And since we're even focusing on peace, right? So then just imagine that people from all walks of life, from all races, from all castes, whatever they do or wherever they belong from, it's just great to be with them.
Exactly.
And that's how you actually spread the word of peace as well.
Exactly, because in a team, it doesn't matter where you're from, you all have to work together. Now, Suleman, this whole concept, as Tahir Saab has just mentioned about getting the SAARC countries involved and getting the federation involved within the sporting industry. As someone living with disabilities, how important is it for you to reach that level, or do you want to work more on the grassroots level?
Basically, I started a club which is Pakistan Para Climbing Club. This is especially for persons with disabilities. It is first time in Pakistan, and for person with disability is very much important for that he involved or she involved in sports, because 15% of population is person with disabilities. So if the person with disability cannot involve in sports, they cannot achieve success in the life. Because mostly persons with disabilities are beggars. So I want to change the paradigm, totally change the paradigm. This is my mission and this is my vision. Because before this camp, I was very easy and not tension free. But after this camp, I realized person with disability can do everything.
And then the best part is that he's taking that responsibility.
Okay, and that responsibility, kids, I just want to know, now we're having this realization at this age, you are still young, but it took you this long to realize that you are able to do everything. Was that because the society had shaped you to feel that you couldn't do it? Or was it yourself?
Without support, the person cannot do everything. Mr. Tahir Imran Saab is my teacher.
Yes.
He support me and he motivate me like you can do it.
Yeah.
If the other person is like Tahir Imran Saab, then yes, a person with disability can improve very quickly.
And I think that's what I'm going to ask now. So, sir, when you actually started your adventure club, when did you actually thought of that, I probably need to do something for people with disabilities and include them and make it inclusive as well?
This was in my prime objective, and then we started common people, normal people, with blindfold climbing practice.
All right.
Oh, wow.
So this we had some practice sessions here in Islamabad. There are very good rocks in Islamabad and Marglas. So there were good climbers with us.
All right.
So we started practicing with them when they were blindfolded. So that was the start.
So that you could actually get an idea how it will be.
Yeah.
And also then maybe because people can realize what it's like for people.
Yeah.
Because for the people with disability, this was the best that they can grope the rock and they can check, they can hold the rock. And fortunately, in the meanwhile, I got introduced with Suleman. He's very energetic, enthusiastic,
And willing as well.
and willing.
Yes.
This is, I think, this is what the core point is, that you have to be willing to do anything to achieve anything. So,
And the importance of support.
Yeah.
You know, you can't just judge someone based on your own lack of knowledge and, you know, understanding of the situation. Just because you feel you
Yeah.
can't do it doesn't mean someone else can't. But anyway, let's moving on to Iqra now. We have some of your photos to share, so let's take a look at some of Iqra's incredible work she's achieved.
and then she let us know where she was and what she was doing.
Exactly.
All right.
This is one of the rocks at Saidpur.
Isn't it
was-
dangerous?
No, I don't feel like
This
it's
is
dangerous.
a blindfold climb.
Ah, this is a blindfold climb. Okay, and when you're on the rocks, is there the safety harness and you're all like secured in?
Which makes it sport climbing.
Yeah,
Because what if you fall?
Yeah?
no, everything is certified and of top quality. We use best equipment
All right.
Okay.
and certified and tested. So
And then
no-
are there any training classes as well before
Yes,
going to
yes,
such a...
yes, we basically focus on training,
All right.
and we run a lot of training courses.
So Iqra, how is it for you to do such a thing? Because I haven't seen a lot of girls doing that, right? How is it for you?
It's actually good for me. Like, I feel really good of myself that I'm doing such stuff, and letting other girls to do it, encouraging them to come towards this thing.
And then what do they say?
I have a lot of friends who actually came with me for this thing, but they never went this high to achieve it. But it's
But you
good.
tried it.
Yes.
So at least baby steps, baby steps.
And then they were willing as well, because
they
that is
are
very
willing.
important.
Okay, yes, because I will make one admission here. When my housemate took me to the wall, I used to climb in England. I used to be able to go to the top, but in Pakistan, I got halfway through and started panicking.
Why?
Because it's high and then you feel like you're going to
Height
fall. But the thing is, at least I went, and it was a really good experience. You know, it's quite empowering, but it was really scary. I got stuck.
But you did a great job. You got stuck? How did you got
I
stuck?
couldn't let go of the wall because I was scared.
Then I'm here now. And
yeah.
you were wearing all of that harness.
I
and
had
whatever.
everything. They were like,
So
let
then
go.
why did you just let it go?
Because I didn't trust anyone.
Oh, that's why he said, and he mentioned that it is all certified.
Exactly.
two things to add. First, on the competitions, we have like more than 150 to 200 girls
Wow.
in every competition. So you can see a lot of girls doing
Wow.
climbing. And then on this weekend, we have a training course on the wall and on the rocks. So both of you are invited to participate
On
and
this
enjoy.
weekend?
Yes, yes.
Okay, great.
I don't know whether I can even climb on a horse or not, but I can.
Okay, I'm gonna try. Let's
Yeah,
see.
sure.
Okay.
Really?
Now I want to. Yeah, of
You
course.
sure? Half of the time, you say things to me. You
I'm
don't show
there,
up,
dude.
you don't
I'm
show
there.
up. Oh,
I'm
come
there.
on, man. Don't do this
I have
on
photos.
television.
I'm
with
doing
me.
this on television.
What are
Okay,
our
anyway,
producers
Shazad.
doing? We're not even on television. What's happening?
Anyway,
So it's a commitment on national TV. So you are coming on this weekend.
okay.
I'm sure about
I
myself.
have to
not
check. My
about
father's
honestly.
arriving. My father's arriving.
See?
I have to check.
She's already
I'm not
made
gonna
an
commit
excuse.
if I
That's what
can't
you
make
say
it.
every time.
Still,
We need to go.
Okay. Anyway, now Suleman, I want to ask you. We can have this argument
All right,
later.
all right, later. Yeah.
What else I gonna?
It's perfectly. I know that.
No, no.
I know. Let me
So-
think.
no, no, I know.
Telekinesis.
Telekinesis. What are you gonna
Yeah,
move?
let me do that. No, I'm
You're
not
gonna
going
move
to
some telekinesis
I'm going to
moving.
move your brain into mine and then ask the question you were supposed
Okay,
to
Suleman,
ask.
we're talking about in regards to getting people with disabilities involved in sporting activities and hobbies and increasing their participation. Now, females with disabilities, have you spoken to them? You know, what is the situation with that? Because obviously that's a whole other ball game in itself, isn't it?
Yeah, this is
Because
more,
then at the same time, sorry, before you answer, then at the same time, I think a lot of women with disability do not even think about it, all right?
Yes.
They do not have a sight or
And
a
you
thought
do.
of it.
yes.
They
then
do? I'm just asking.
Let's ask.
Yeah, you are so true. When it comes to disability, there is a very much difficult and less chance. And when it comes to female disability, this is a very, very less chances. Because in Pakistan, the whole concept is the person with disability female cannot play because the culture and the values and norms. And I'm trying to change the, the whole paradigm because I want to start blind table tennis in Lahore College University.
All right.
For
Excellent.
females, especially for females, because I know the females is like very less involved in these type of activity in sports.
All right.
So what I learned in Japan, they involve everyone. I learned a concept which is SMILE. Safety, S for safety, M maximum participation. I involve everyone. L learn, and then E enjoy, and then you achieve success.
All
This
right,
is
so
beautiful.
It's just
That's
like the 3 C's,
wonderful.
right?
Yeah.
Compliance, commitment, and cooperation.
Yeah.
I don't know about the 3 C's.
Sir.
Yes?
We organized first competition for blinds. So in the team of Suleman, there was a girl, Huma.
Yeah.
Huma, she is working with some
Oil company.
Oil company. And she came and she won the competition and she got prize from Nazir Sabir Saab was the chief guest. So they are coming for climbing also. So
And you need to keep on doing that. This is what is
Yes.
important. Because, we're actually projecting the soft image of our country. You have to take it internationally as well. You need to invite probably sportsmen from across the borders.
And I'd like to just, sorry, I would to interrupt you there,
It's all
Shazad, but I think we should stop using the word soft image. Yes, there are difficulties here, but this is a real image as well. There are real things. There are people like Tahir Saab who are out there trying to include everyone
But
despite
then the
what
only reason,
society
but-
has against them.
Yeah, all right. So we can agree to disagree on the definition of the soft image, but how I think that soft image is that it does not really include all of those menaces which are out there. So that's why we call it soft. Otherwise, it is the real image. That's
Yeah.
what it is, and that's how it goes.
Exactly. So I'd just like to get some final words from you, Iqra, in regards to the importance of sports for peace and development, especially for Pakistan, and why should girls participate?
I think sports has the capacity to empower individuals, and it is an important tool for developing the confidence between the girls and as well as for the boys.
Very nice. Thank you very much for being with us, guys.
I want to
Salman, yeah,
I
go
want
ahead.
Let's ask all of them.
Yeah, all right.
So yeah, I want to add one last thing.
Please
Don't
do.
be sorry.
Okay. If this is a message for Pakistan official government,
Yeah.
if Pakistan really want to success and develop, the sports is very less expensive and quick chance to develop. And last thing, I want to request also the Planning Commission. He wants to add some stuff for sports and also for persons with disabilities.
All right.
Okay.
He needs
Thank
to do that.
Yeah.
That's,
Exactly.
And we're requesting.
And Tahir
I
Saab,
would say that we are trying our level best, and now today we have the whole team of Word this morning in our climbing team. So you're welcome.
Very nice. Thank you very much, sir.
really going to try and make
Yeah.
it. Shazad just likes to destroy my reputation.
Oh, let's see. All right. We'll upload our pictures
I
on Facebook
said I
page.
will try. I
there
haven't
will-
committed. Okay, yeah, let's do that.
You
Let's
won.
no, let's do it. Then I'll be there.
You won.
Then I'll be there. If there's a competition between me and him, I'm
Yeah.
there. Okay, guys, thank you so much for your time and best of luck with all your endeavors. Guys, that was the importance of sports within Pakistan. It can help inclusion, it can help increase tolerance, it will help you become a team player and just show you that we're just we're siblings. We're all siblings.
Exactly, truly. And
Siblings?
but then at the same time, make sure that whatever you do, please get rid of those barriers which you might only have in your head. They have achieved so much, so can you.
Exactly.
That's what it is. So don't forget to tune into our Facebook fan page, which is with the name of,
Well, this morning.
on Twitter,
Well, this morning without a G.
and our YouTube channel is with the name of,
Well, this morning.
yeah, and it's on Daily Motion as well, and that is
Well, this morning, and the repeat is at
5 past 12. So
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, good
Good morning.
morning.